Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak Part 106. Ain't that right, Aaron? In the previous video we were talking to people. You know how we do. How much like districting do we have left? We have this, we have Sidequest, and I don't think we've been to Riverside. So probably still one more video of pure talking. I kind of want to do a side quest though. Let's head into the old bookstore, see if you guys got anything for me.
I should read up on that rumor that's been making the rounds.
No, that's not a side quest. I want to do an SPG, man. Okay, Tyrell, you stay still.
What are we waiting for?
I want to do a dang old side quest, a quest that's to the side.
Maybe I'll pick up a copy of Buzz Raider while I'm here.
Absolutely not. How about you pick up a copy of the Communist Manifesto, comrade?
What do we have here?
Looks like we got a 4 SPG. Received report. I don't want to fight a freaking monster. That's not what I meant, guys. There's still a little lingering scent. Gotta check the other bulletin boards. Yeah, I will.
Right.
What do you have to say, nerd? Got this new brother who's been calling back over and over. Always nice having a repeat client like that at my job. It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime fated meetings you hear so much about. Glad you like my ride enough to approach me. I always just keep carrying the vibe with me wherever I go. If you need anything, brother, just let me know. Damn. Rhymed. Giordano. Or Giordano. Whatever your name is. Take me to the
Then let's head over.
future. Now remember to come back to the Riverside District and the Sidequest District because we'll lose our little thingies and then I'm gonna forget to come back. Actually, probably because I'm actually gonna record several videos today, so I would like to at least finish off this whole section and get us back on the main story before I stop recording. We'll see if that happens, but... Looks like we got a 4 SPG. I've run into something of an annoying problem concerning orbital net uses. I'd like to consult with someone who's familiar with the subject. I'll be waiting near the main street in the Sidequest District. No more sim, which means we're done here with inspecting bulletin boards for today. If we can take care of at least one job, I'll be happy. Understood. I believe I'm qualified to help with the orbital network related one. Yeah, sure, whatever you say, Pipsqueak. Looking forward to seeing you kick ass on the keyboard.
Both of these requests certainly sound intriguing. Hopefully you don't need to turn into the Grendel for them, though.
Wait, you saying I need a crutch?
One can only hope.
You think I need that shit? I don't need no damn Grendel, alright? You keep talking like that, Catcher, I'll make Van defend every turn. Anytime he transforms, his ass will be banned from combat, alright? And you don't really want that to happen. So don't even imply that I need some sort of crutch, Catra. Next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me to use shields. Don't you know we don't do that on this channel? We haven't used a shield since the frickin' Vietnam War, okay? Okay, Catra? Hey there, you the one that put that request up? Yes, then you must be... I believe your request is about some trouble you've had on the orbital net. I'm hardly an expert, but I do have some knowledge on the subject. Would you mind explaining the situation? Well, in short, I fell for a scam on the orbital net. One of those net scams, huh? Been a lot of that going around. Phishing is the technical term. Bad faith actors disguise themselves as legitimate sources to fool end users. Well, I mean, phishing is a type of scam. You can't 100% state that's what happened to him. Now, it is very common, yes. But you can't just say that's what happened to him. How quickly the orbital net is growing, these threats are one step ahead of common knowledge and security measures. But it falls to the user themselves to stay safe on the net. Many just don't have that awareness yet. Some of them are dumb assholes, like this guy called Oslo. Have you heard of him? It's still a very new thing. At any rate, can I just get my iPod Touch? Like, the damn thing said I was the 350th visitor and I'd get an iPod Touch. So, like, where is it? Where is it? I want a prize, damn it! At any rate, I wanted to get some advice from someone more knowledgeable about those things. Will you accept my request? Wrong. You fool. We're a fishing spriggan, we're not a real spriggan? Sure, we'll take care of it. Wanna fill us in? Of course, let's go somewhere we can talk. We've been talking. Here. See, this is a scam. Dude's taking us into a damn alleyway? I don't buy it. You didn't go to the cops first, did you? They could help with getting your shit back. I mean... No, they can't. No, it's just, you got any reason, sounds like, no worries. I asked for your utmost secrecy regarding what I'm about to tell you. Don't you worry, we take our clients' privacy very seriously here at Archive Solutions. Well, okay, so, this is so pathetic, I can't even spit it out. Stop beating around the bush. I won't know how to help if I don't know what the problem is. Well, the problem was I was beating my bush. Screw it. So I used my work terminal to look up swimsuit models. Like the hot ones. Not the ugly ones, but the hot ones too. Oh, goddess almighty, just kill me. Yeah, okay. Everybody's gotta take a load off now every now and then. What's the problem? I think I understand where this is going, but please, there's no need to shout. While I was looking at one of the banging swimsuit models, the website said I could make myself girthier. And well, before I knew it, they had the 3 wacky digits on the back of my credit card. And look at me, still the same girth. I'm so sorry. I think I get where this is going though, carry on. So a few days later, I got this message from the website. They said they had my browsing history and I had to pay to keep it private. I didn't see anything on that site implying I needed to pay, so I sent the mirror immediately. I couldn't bear to risk having my reputation tarnished. I thought that would be the end of it, but then another few days passed and they messaged me again. They said they wanted even more mirror, this time when they leaked my browsing history and all my private information too. I see. Indeed. That's awful. As a consultant, reputation is paramount. I need to maintain a clean and professional image. And plus, they might think I'm a loser if they learn that I'm just looking at swimsuit models. Come on, guy. You don't have to get the Lowe's catalog anymore. Not like Lowe's, but you know what I mean. You get the joke. Can't have my browsing history floating around on the net, much less my private info. I'll be done for. God, I mean, if they found out I was donating to all those terrorist organizations, then I'd really be cooked. And that's why you couldn't bring this to the police or the guild? I wouldn't bring it because they'd freaking laugh at you. And say, nobody cares, nerd. Entire career is in jeopardy because of one stupid mistake. I'm pathetic. That's the thing at those scams, you just gotta ignore them. But what if the government really does need me to pay my taxes and iTunes gift cards? That's like 1 or 2 people doing these usually, and the guys know they're full of shit, but they figure some of their victims don't. They just blast these requests out to anybody they can find, hoping that somebody falls for it. Usually they make them really dumb. You know, really obvious scams, so that, you know, to filter out the people who won't fall for it, or who are less inclined to fall for it. So, I don't know what that says about you, sir. Once they get a bite, they zero in hard on anybody who replies and ignore everyone else. That's how these things work. Then I can just ignore it going forward? No, you gave them your info for realsies. Nah, ain't that easy now that you took the bait. You already gave them some mirror already, and I let them know you fell for it. I know you're willing to pay to keep that info secret, and then you care about your rep. Well, I mean, it is also possible they don't have the info to begin with. I mean, I guess that's the gamble, right? Exactly the kind of guy they want. Now that they want to milk you for all you're worth, they're gonna hound you. You cut them off, they might actually leak your shit. Oh. I don't like it when they leak my shit, man. You're surprisingly knowledgeable about these kind of scams. Wait. Don't give us that look, Anya. You know what? You're off the damn team, Anya. Bring Rosette back. I, dealt with a case like this before? Right. What? It's just common knowledge. Damn Judgy Judgerson. Come on, man, don't try and hide it. I bet your terminal's chock full of porn. You still got your nudes on there? Who downloads stuff, you freak? Keep your teenage fantasies to yourself. It's all about orbital streaming these days, man. Anyway, those are my two, Mira. You can keep giving them money, you can ignore them, it's your call. I can't do that, obviously. I'll just have to give in to their demands. And they're not just gonna stop. You're gonna keep sending them more and more money? Ideally, we would just apprehend the criminals here. Whoa, that's an option? Oh yeah, that's why I hired you guys. Or I was gonna hire you. Can you really do that? I mean, can you really track down a criminal hiding on the orbital network? It would depend on how well they hide their identity, but it probably wouldn't be impossible. Really? Then please get them for me. You okay with that, Van? Don't know, to the expert here. We can track them down, let's go for it. Roger. Alright, may I borrow the terminal they contacted you on? Also the 3 wacky digits on the back of your credit card? This is just the second, more elaborate scam that we're pulling. Oh, here it is. I use this terminal for work. Damn, pretty cushy job. They're handing out gadgets like this, but, that was a bit easy. Something the matter. Think about what you just did for a second. Your mobile terminal is like a collection of all your personal data. You just handed it to me, a stranger, without a moment's hesitation. You're very lax with your data, and that can get you into trouble, especially since this doubles as your work terminal. That's a good point. Obviously, I have no intention of stealing your data, but it helps you be more cautious on the net. It's best to store your personal info separately from your work terminal, along with anything else you don't want people to see. That does make sense. What if I just hid it all in a folder that said, new folder? You think they'd find it? I may go ahead and do that real quick. I have this note terminal also used for work. That should do. There, that should be good. I'll leave the rest to you. You've still got your history on here. Good. Now if I was to do a reverse search on the sender of this message. Find anything? Yep, I can see it all. Let's hear it. Looks like the criminals using a mobile terminal themselves to contact you. I doubt it's a brand machine. It's most likely a cheap knockoff. These operations don't seem to be very sophisticated. And sure enough, they made absolutely no attempt to mask their identity. I can trace them right now. Are you able to find out where they are? I believe so. Might help if I explain how these network signals work. Nobody cares, Catcher. Skip! Mobile terminals transmit their own broadcast signals, but being so small, they're limited in scope and strength. As a result, they have to pass through a server, which amplifies and distributes the information across longer distances. If 2 terminals are close enough, however, it's more efficient to communicate directly with each other than to use the server as a middleman. I see, you're a nerd. I got it. Yes I am. There are 2 different signal terminals that they'll use, and they'll switch between the 2 on the fly for convenience. And because I can see this transmission came from a server, I know the scammer was somewhere distant away. The server gives us a general idea where the scammer was at the time, but of course there's no guarantee they're still there. That's where we are at this point. We have a range with no specifics, not enough to sniff the guy out. Sound like you got something else up your sleeve. Indeed. Just going off his history, that's as close as I can get it, but of course we can always just contact the scammer again, and if we can get a direct link to the scammer's terminal whenever we're close by. So call him back and figure out where their signal's coming from. Yes, they would just need to be in direct signal range in order for us to pinpoint them. I can see that the previous message came from the Riverside server. Let's head there first. The subway station should do as a starting point. Alright gang, let's head down a fraudster. We'll keep you posted on what we find, okay? Use that note terminal you got there. Let's find the guy you're gonna haul ass over there. Of course, thank you so much.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
I'm just saying, man. If I was like a middle-aged salaryman, you could not get me to admit that I was looking up swimsuit models of all things. Something so blasé. Like, come on, bro. That's like when you're 12 or you're living 50 years in the past. And honestly, 12, maybe that's even a little too old. Maybe like 9. I don't know. Kids are freaky these days. This old fogey just isn't with the times, I'm afraid. I should read up on the Orville network to avoid making that mistake again. At any rate, fingers crossed for good news. Extremely loud. The new Orville technology directly beaming the music straight into your brain. I see what Simon's getting at. She does have potential. Is it really worth trying up the court just for one-on-one with some preppy armless kid? I mean, where's the fun in watching a schoolboy go up against the queen of the streets?
And it looks like everyone is being extra mindful of the rules of the road for it. No accidents or traffic jams have been reported along any of Edith's roads or the expressway. Rail lines and flights are also operating as normal.
Thanks for the update.
Yep, we're one of the strongest teams around. People don't want to see us beating up small fry, they want to see a challenge. Sasha got a ride to Army. She's playing ball up there now. Been a few years back, she was here dominating these streets. I don't know who's all with you, but this will be fun regardless. Been a while, hasn't it? I've been needing a little challenge in my life too. Once this is over, let's scrap a bit for old time's sake. Damn, Sasha, you really grew up, didn't you? You rocked that uniform. Dumbass didn't know he hit him picking a fight with a firecracker like you. Think I'll watch this one and see if he learns a thing or two.
Regions throughout the Republic. Last week's rough weather has cleared away completely.
How do you want? Why'd you drag me out here? Don't you know I have to brood? Nothing big. I figuring a match or two might change your outlook on things. Hell are you talking about? I'm brooding. Nothing can stop me from my brooding. I can tell you got a lot on your plate right now. A lot of things stressing you out. I've known you since before Ronald dragged you into this mess after all. Even Ren's giving you props for trying to get yourself back on track now that he's dropped out. Aren't you tired of all that work by yourself? It's like I'd ask for help, you know. We can help you get back on the straight and narrow. Fan fiction. Now get off your frickin' high horse, and you've got some nerve picking a fight you know you'll lose. Don't count me out just like that. I'm the captain of the basketball club for a reason. We have a basketball club? Yeah, we're not very popular. In fact, I'd venture to say I'm a better athlete than you in general. Pick a sport and I'll hit the floor with you. Come at me, and when I win, you get the hell out of my face. I'm actually a rather appropriate distance from your face, but whatever. Up until April, James is hanging around with this punk named Ronald. Ronald dropped out, but James still covers for him. I guess I can help him vent some of his frustrations at least. Might have to play a little rough with him though. I feel like if you beat his ass at basketball, he's just gonna kill himself. I am so sick of looking at your face. Don't you dare bitch about playing rough, got it? I am going to, as they say in the provinces, whoop your ass and you're going to like it. Wow, a private school student's playing here. You don't see that every day. It's nice to sit back and watch other people play every now and then. Looking forward to this one. She's good. Really good. Hope I can play like that someday. It's just... this paint, it still doesn't work. This is a mockery. This isn't the tower at all. Yeah, it's a blank canvas. I have to put my all into this. I must put the tower's mystique to canvas, or that Imperial fop will have me beat at the concourse. I can feel burnout creeping in my body, but I banish it. I can't give up until I've cracked the tower's code. Yeah, same. I heard Armada was behind those terrorist attacks at Basel and Anchorville. Scum bastards, we gotta tighten up our security to make sure they won't weasel their way into Edith. I did hear, though, that it was a private company that got Basel back under control and not the police. I can't complain as long as I'm keeping the public safe, but I wish the force could have done a better show there. Honestly, though, the uptick in fraud and scams lately, I feel like citizens aren't taking street smart seriously anymore. This is gonna sound a bit morbid, but those regular attacks back in the day made everyone more alert and aware of their surroundings, I feel. God, back in the day when you could get mugged simply for trying to go to the grocery store, back when we were a real proper country, I think with things booming the way they are, everyone's letting their guard down. Not to say things shouldn't be peaceful, it's just open the door back up for lowlifes and gangsters to take advantage of people. But isn't the outcome the same, that people were getting robbed? It's just they knew they were going to get robbed, you know? Our ties at the CID? Well, I wouldn't know much about that, honestly. I'm a receptionist. I don't even know why you asked me that question, you freaking weirdo. I'm here to tell you, you know, oh, sorry, can't help you with that. Come back in later. You asked me about the damn CIA? Are you crazy? Or it's the CID in this case. But, you know, that's what they are. I mean, you know, swap in whatever your local agency. Well, I don't know. I guess they're actually more like... I mean, because they're kind of both a domestic and an international intelligence agency. I mean, I guess probably some countries probably have just one single that does both. I don't really know where I'm going with this. Well, I wouldn't know much about that, honestly. All the groundwork for that was already laid when I joined. I guess some of my fellow officers have some strong opinions about it. Colorado has quite a few connections in the CID branch we work with. That's made things much easier. You guys again, sticking your nose into trouble as usual. Well, I guess that's not always a bad thing. I do owe you for Basel and Longport and the desert and the village. We were just discussing our cleanup efforts and what we specifically learned about the group's movements. Whoa, am I dreaming? I got props from a bracer and they're letting me in on some inside info? Don't get ahead of yourself. I just can't stop you from listening in on when you're right there. For you, I bet you go around and listen to everybody's conversations, don't you? Something tells me that cold shoulder is just for show. Even the guild has to admit you played a large part in Basel. We lost track of the airship, unfortunately, but we did manage to ferret out their other moves in the meantime. We've also been cracking down on their business ties and collaborators, which has helped us make numerous high-profile arrests. Sounds like the CID is really sticking the hounds. Hard to blame. That's good to hear, but I'm still bothered by the fact that you guys haven't actually done anything. Like, ever. I'm still bothered we got no intel on them in terms of motives or end goals. Yeah, it's also weird as Messeldam's calmed down a lot. Think they'd be ramping up their activities there, right? Guild's trying to get to the bottom of that now. We want to figure out the impetus for that swing. Chief Horan has ordered us on high alert, in fact. Oh, that's just bureaucracy really. At any rate, I do if the guild takes our intel into account. Oh, we will. Hell, if we get our info before they attack, maybe we can stop them from killing a ton of people. Wouldn't that be nice? It sounds like there's some tension between those two. Hope they can put that aside. Well, that was juicy. I'll have to keep an eye on how that plays out. Incidentally, our mutual friend has been in contact fairly regularly. I just hope they keep things under control on their end. Don't quite catch your drift there, but I guess something's keeping the CID busy. We've been doing our own investigation at the guild, plus prepping our own countermeasures against you-know-who. I'm saying you-know-who because they don't actually tell me who we're prepping the countermeasures against. They say, Clyde, you'd probably just mess it up, so we're not going to tell you. Please, here's a bucket and a mop. Get to work. Feels like Elaine's been digging a bit deeper than the rest of us, though. Apparently, she's even doing her own research after hours. Talk about dedication. She needs to make sure she doesn't burn herself out.
Alrighty.
Who's left? The hotel and... well, the hotel, the clothes shop. I think we're done. We'll go try and wrap up our side quests. Carol's taking a break today. Evidently, there's something going on at the share house in Old Town. One look at her outfits lately tells me there's something weighing heavily on her mind. I just don't know what. I pray to Arush, though, whatever she's struggling with, she'll get through it and she finds her way. Otherwise, I will dock her wages.
We have full confidence in our products. We await your next visit.
Wait. Oh yeah, there's Noodle Guy.
Gonna eat something?
Or Soba Man, I mean. Sorry, you're not Noodle Guy. You wish you were Noodle Guy. Hey there, just in time to try some of my new buckwheat soba. Got real authentic stuff this time. Real buckwheat just blows me away every time. I don't know how they do it. Well, they plant it in the ground, and then, with Eastern imports getting harder to come by, Trails are the only place to get authentic buckwheat. Man, remember the buckwheat? Remember that? Man, that was
Hey, welcome.
fucking like 3.5 months ago.
Thanks, pal.
Woo! It actually is going to be that apparently I'm going to finish this game and then we're going to start playing the sequel like immediately, which is kind of cool, but also feels so weird since there's still a part of me that's like, I should finish, you know. I mean, even like the Cold Steel games, like, you know, Cold Steel 4, which had like 160 parts, only took like 3 months to get through, or less, really, not even 3 months. And now it's like the channel is just a Trails channel, which I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I mean that's the main thing people watch anyway. Forgive me, young miss. I have failed you. I was entrusted with your safety, and I could not protect it. Are you talking to the right person? My only solace is that the president found an opportunity to show the young miss his love, and she's always in his heart, come what may. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but she's not here at all. I cannot express how deeply it moves you to be able to help them.
Alrighty.
But like, yeah, I guess you could just, because the way this like starts, it makes it sound like he's directly addressing her, like she's in the room, but I guess he's just, you know, thinking out loud. Also, brother, that was like an in-game month ago. You need to get over that shit, alright? And plus, her dad sucks ass.
You need something?
And not in the fun way, like in the bad way.
Please come again.
Oh, here you are. Thank you again for the other day. I mean, sure Eddie would have kept me safe. No, he wouldn't. What are you talking about? It was all worth it to find out my father really does care about me. He kind of doesn't, actually. I mean, like, maybe he cares, like, in the same way that, like, you know, people care about stuff, but they don't really care about stuff, you know? Like, you know, you'll hear the news and you're like, oh, that's terrible. And then, like, you don't really do anything, because that would be inconvenient. That's kind of like how your dad treats you. I kind of like that. I think it ended up being a valuable experience for us all. I guess it's a valuable experience for a dad that he gets to substitute actually being a father by just saying like, oh yeah, I don't hate you once every 10 years. I think those two over there on a blind date. See them over there? Feels like she hasn't gone on that many dates before. Kind of awkwardish, but there's something cute about that. Him on the other hand, that young man's got it all figured out. Just look at how he carries himself. Real cock of the walk type. Even if they don't have the chemistry, it'll be a good learning experience for her. It's nice to get out there. Okay, you're talking about... For a second I thought you were talking about these two. I'm like, they are not on a date. At least, they weren't last time. Maybe things have advanced. Thanks to help and rescue Brazelia. For all the trust Rumsfeld put in me, I let him and the young miss down. I brought shame to my post. I can't believe it all stemmed from their family dispute. How did things get so out of hand? I don't know, 10 to 12 years of neglect? I'll have to pay more attention to them going forward. If I weren't so impersonal, I might have been able to help her. Maybe her dad could have not been a terrible father? Wow, you're a teacher at Arms. That's incredible. It's really no big deal. My career's only just getting started, even though I'm in my 30s. Your students are good hands, I bet, with a teacher like you. I must say, you piqued my curiosity, my fair lady. I think you get flicked on the forehead for saying that shit. What do you do when a particularly naughty student misbehaves? How do you rein them in? I teach PE, so it's mostly just physical stuff. I call them out and have them do 30 laps around the grounds. But I've always got my trusty wooden sword on hand too, as long as I don't go totally corporal on there. I don't think you're allowed to do that. They're too rich for corporal punishment. What? Yeah, I've gone and done it. I should have kept my stupid mouth shut. Maybe he's into that shit. What is Miss Sonia doing here? Single and mingling, if I had to guess. Looking like it ain't going so hot, though.
Alrighty.
I mean, it's probably best to lead with the pain play. You know, just get that out in the open. A wooden sword. Did I hear that right? Because you don't want to invest, like, oh, it's like your 4th date, and you're like, oh, yeah, I like to beat people up. And they're like, oh, that's a bit of a deal breaker. You want to, you know, have that be the great filter right at the start. Did I hear that right? I'm dead. I'm slain. 3 months bidding my time for a hot date, and I blew it. Adio, smite me. It's okay. He used the phrase fair lady. There was no future there. We're eyeing the global marketplace for our next step, once we secure our footing here in Calvard. With that in mind, please do prioritize those bills and amendments when you secure the majority in the next election. We'll support you on our end however we can. Fair enough. Your industry presents interesting opportunities for our party. It's time we embrace this new economic age. That said, you need to keep the bigger picture in mind. If you chase the short term, you may lose sight of the long term. Brother, you're in politics. It's all about the short term. We can address your immediate legislative concerns, of course, but we should do so in a forward-thinking way, no? That's why your ass lost the damn election. You can't care about long-term policy no matter what the health of the nation is, okay? If you do that shit, all that's gonna happen is they're gonna write books about you in 30 years. They're like, actually, this dude that everyone hates, he was a good legislature. I know, you know, the typical ideas that they're a terrible piece of shit, but actually they had some sound policies. Like, that's not, it's not gonna work, man. We can, I understand that, but surely we can't overlook the short term. The market is awfully turbulent. We need to strike when the iron's hot. Incidentally, I do have these sweets from Quincy Bell if you'd like some. Vans pushes them out of the way, absconds off with them. And for your help, we'd be happy to welcome you to the Aljamera Hotel for some well-deserved rest and relaxation. This is a bribe. Give it a rest, Jennifer. Retract the little offer at once and I'll pretend I never heard it. Think I could be bought off with some mere hotel stay. Come on. Been running this country since the revolution. When I mean, I'm not that old, but you know, you get the point. You're a talented businesswoman. You should know better than to butter me up with cheap favors. Alright, I'm sorry. I got a bit too anxious there. I need to cool my head. Forgive me. Notice he said cheap favors. Now you could say, oh, that's just like a turn of phrase. It doesn't mean that he's asking for more money. But, on the other hand, he's a senator, so it's probably that he wants more money. I can't believe myself. Did I really just try and do that? And how low will I sink if I don't put a stop to it? I made this bet, now it's a line. Our actions in the bank have all boiled down to winning the Republican Party's favor. If I were to convince them to amend those trade laws, the market would be all but ours after the next election. I guess I'll let that blind me.
Alrighty.
Now, don't let anyone tell you Jennifer's a bad businesswoman. She does tend to hyperfixate on individual issues over the bigger picture. Until she can step back and look at the broader problem, she'll find it difficult to work with people. Who's over here? Ah, yes, car child. Word on the street is Lincoln's a bit of a playboy. Rumors, of course, but something had to spread them. That whole thing with him going after that actress kind of soured my opinion on him. He really built up this professional image on the track, but now he's going and throwing it all away. You ask me, he should have stayed in his lane. People looked up to the guy for crying out loud. And why do we not? I mean, we don't look up to him because he's a fucking loser. But going on a date with an actress, that in a vacuum does not impact my opinion of him in the slightest. I mean, it's not even like the dude's married. Or in like a committed relationship as far as we know. Got everybody? I think that's everybody. Alright, let's head to the riverside. Ready then? Ready whenever you are. Alright, send it now. You gotta wait for them to bite. Actually, what did you write in the message? I made a point of being real vague with them. Basically said I didn't have all the money and asked if they'd settle for a bit less. You made it like you were at least willing to pay. That would compel them to reply at least. Well, it wouldn't be good for our plan if they didn't. Just sends back a picture of the dude cranking his hog, and it's like, do you really want your workplace to see this? Give me all the money? Nothing to worry about, it looks like. I've got a response on my end too, looking through all the wave patterns, definitely a direct connection. Let me read. The reply is no, won't budge on the price, not even a single mirror. Greedy bastard. Okay, analysis complete. Did you locate the transmitter? I've determined they are in Calvert. I got an address. It's west-northwest from our current location, no exact distance though. We got a line and a whole lot of places among that line where the source is. We got to trace another line, but from a different direction. Then the lines will intersect, pinpointing the exact location of our criminal. Exactly. We should try and aim for as perpendicular a point as possible. Let's send our next transmission from across the river. Okay. I am across the river. This looks good. I'll shoot him another message then. Wrote, I got all the money ready. Where should I send it to this time? And sent. By God, the blackmailer's Aaron! Who could have seen this coming? Why aren't you quick? They replied quite quickly both times. Again, a greedy bastard, but they're rubbing their hands already waiting for the dough. Analysis complete. I've pinpointed their location. It's southwest from here, under the bridge, across the river. Alright then, come on y'all. Let's go close the book on this one. I've been thinking about it constantly for the past few days. We only got one thing left now. And it's to tear it up even harder next time we take the stage. Let's prove to the label that idols can be successful. That way they won't even think about disbanding us. We got a new original song ready to rip. Let's make it a smash hit. Yeah, you said it. It was all wishful thinking. I wish it was that easy. But either way, we're out of options. This is our last shot, so we gotta make it count.
Alrighty.
Let's practice for a bit more. Make sure everything's perfect. All we need is for 50 people to show up. Okay, I'll talk to my neighbors again and see if they can come. I made friends with my bus driver and manager at work, so I'll invite them too. I'm counting on you. I'll handle the music side of things. I know a pretty popular singer, so I might be able to ask for help there. Got no choice. I'm running thin on options here. Don't you want some of my hot dogs? You never ignore me when I talk about my hot dogs. By God, it's Raymond. Is that our criminal? He looks rather generic. Most likely. Only want me to find out. Yeah, just a little more. Ah, did they do it? Let's see. I changed my mind. I reported this to police. They're onto you and you should be beating down your door at any second. But I don't have a door. What? No, calm down. There's no way they can find me. Now, if they were a Spriggan, they could probably... Ah! Sorry, might have worked if we didn't know exactly where you were already. You could thank my assistant here for that. Pretty talented, eh? And since he's underage, I don't gotta pay him the minimum wage. Your security can't measure up to the one at the Institute of Science. Not even close. Who are you? That's why you really did sick the cops on me. We're not the police, nor are we bracers. Van here is a Spriggan. Make this easy for us and stay still. After realizing there was no way to escape, the criminal gave up on resisting. Ferrazzo arrived, the group began questioning the criminal. He ain't even the big boss there, but some part-timer? That's right. After I sent the boss the full amount, all I got was a tiny paycheck. Oh, whoa. Even that already ran out. I promise this was my first time doing this. Just because the crime was only committed one time doesn't mean you're not to blame. The lady's right, kid. It's a lame excuse. I'm sorry. How much do you know about the organization you are working for? Nothing, I promise. I just got the orders on my phone. Well, if you don't know anything, that's gonna not help you out, so you may want to know something. Man, you're just a chump. You're Guy was clearly the one blackmailing you, but he was the lowest rung in that ladder. Alright, to save his link, you'll be getting your money back. It's alright. I've already given up on that. I've already decided to throw myself into the river. The biggest concern is what comes after. Yeah, that's a ticket. We caught the blackmailer himself, but the blackmail material is probably still in the hands of whoever hired this kid. We didn't get to the root of the problem, so we can't guarantee they ain't gonna keep coming back for you. But this mook sure ain't gonna get us the big boss either. Not sure there's much we can do at this point. Oh, what should I do then? Well... Oh. What's the best move here? Make it so it never happened? What does that even mean? No, like seriously, what does that mean? I mean, I guess it would mean Catra does something. But like, I don't even know what that means. I don't know, I've been told that I'm supposed to give it to the police, so whatever. At this point, you should hand it over to the Caps. But if I do that, people are gonna find out. We didn't fix the whole issue, so you don't gotta pay the full fee. Half's fine. Just to be clear though, the cops should respect your privacy. Ain't likely your clients will hear about this. How's that for a solution? But like, what? I do wonder what the other one was. I mean, because that does seem like the much better option, but whatever. Don't worry about your fee, I'll pay it in full. I'm the one who made this whole mess. Alright, as for you... Talk to the cops, tell them everything. You said it was your first time, yeah? Probably get off with nothing but a slap on the wrist then. Be real with you, kid, consider yourself lucky this will be the end of it. A road like this can only lead to a very, very dark future. Got it? Yes, sir. That solves this case. It wasn't exactly the most satisfying solution, I'll say. Yeah, I know. You get that a lot when you're working as a Spriggan. This country's darkness is deep-rooted. It's too deep for anyone. Ain't no way one person or group can just clear it all away. Not the bracers, and hell, not even the government. The Spriggan's job is to take care of those that fall through the cracks. If only there were more than one of them. They ain't just fairy tale endings. You can't afford to chase those. We just gotta go for the best ones we can and get without compromising our values. I understand a little at least. It dawned on me that the purpose of a Spriggan's job is and the why you do it, Van. That's good. Figured out that much at least. I'd call your training a success. Well, at the end of the day, need to eat, and that's the real reason I'm working it all. And you had to dash the nice conclusion with a sprinkle of cynicism right at the end. Well, I mean, no, that's just basic, like, realities of life, man. Like, I don't know, I'd say like 70% of people, if they didn't have to do anything, they wouldn't. At least not full time. Still, I suppose it's the most Spriggan-like way to tie a ribbon on it. Goodness.
That's a wrap.
Reward deposited.
Looking forward to the Revolution Festival next month. What do you say you two come and pay me a visit in Crossbell after the new year? I hear they're playing that new Mishi movie in theaters here at the Republic. Oh, you mean Mashi. I'd love the chance to take a Mia to the Michelin Wonderland. That sounds nice. I myself am interested in Crossbell's dolls and its theater. I never had the chance to visit because of the tumult. Yeah, I guess that's what you could call it. You're just as focused on art as always, Nadia. I can't say I've seen much when it comes to dolls lately. Arkansas is much more interesting in the movies. I bet even Mia will have a blast. I heard about Arkansas in Sunday school. They say the action scenes and the dancing are so cool. They don't even use special effects like in the movies. They do all have 20-foot verticals though. You want to see them too? You've grown so much. And here I thought you'd only wanted to go to Michelin Wonderland because of Mashi and Boots. About Mashi. Tell you that movie, how can I put this? Mia went to go see with some friends the other day, isn't that right? Yeah. You two saw Mashi without me? I'm I'll pay for the meal, but I never want to see you two again. Okay? I'm cutting you off. I thought it would be a good idea to bring my family for a visit now that tensions have calmed down between Crossbow and the Empire. Instead, I learned they hate me. I guess not. I thought Mishi was all the rage with girls Amia's age. I guess it's not like Michelin's all there is to see in Crossbow. It'd still be worth it to have them visit. There's been a lot of interest in Altier as of late due to plans to build a Z1 racetrack there. There's a lot of interest in holding the Z1 Grand Prix in Crossbow too. It'd be nice seeing all that cultural exchange the future will bring. I'd love for my family to get a chance to see that, to enjoy and take it all in. I want to show them all my workplace has to offer, even if they hate me. The high tensions between us and the Empire made it so we couldn't visit Cullio after we went there. I guess that's just part of the job when you're a diplomat. Cullio's always been very passionate about other countries. Only naturally to want to share that passion with us. I really hope some of his worldliness will rub off on our daughter. I'd love the chance to meet some new artists and visit foreign museums. No, I wasn't scared of Mashi in the movie. It was just, Anyway, I'm really excited to visit Crossbow. We'll go on to the Revolution Festival. It's gonna be my first time seeing Daddy's workplace. I think I've never seen him work. Yeah, me neither.
Indeed.
I mean, he is a diplomat after all. Ha ha! Ha ha! The new menu I came up with is selling like crazy, just as I planned. Confetti hot dogs. Yeah, I don't know. Everything's better with icing. Soon the top spot among Riverside's food stalls will be ours. No, not yet. If we aim for the top, there's no hurdle there's one hurdle we must still overcome. That mobile bar people talk about as my next target. I think I've seen it before. It's that food truck that shows up here sometimes, yeah? I'll go have a look-see next time they're here.
Oh, good stuff right here.
Primo's new recipes are a total hit, man. I've never seen our sales go higher. I wasn't so sure about all her new ideas, but oh boy, am I glad I gave her a chance. All's better because those sales are paying off on her paycheck. Haha, we're actually barely breaking even. Okay. Alright, we'll call it here. We did our side quest. Gonna be honest, that side quest was, I mean, the setup of like, hey, like an Orbital scam isn't that kind of nifty. I mean, it's like a little novel in universe, considering, you know, like 16 game years ago, lamps were the peak of technology. I mean, not really true, but whatever. It underscores my joke. Aaron, buddy. We gotta have a talk, man. You gotta cut that shit out. Alright? You can't just be teleporting and friggin' breaking the space-time continuum, alright? That's our job. This is maybe the demon inside him lets him teleport. Because he's, you know, a bad guy at times. Alright, we'll finish our talking probably next video. And then maybe hop in for our main story talks if we have time. And then there's also a monster to fight. Ooh boy. We might actually fight the monster next video, I don't know. That will be for future me to decide. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And you already know what comes next. Goodbye.